Hey everybody, this is Alex Merced from alexmercedcoder.com, and the point of this video is to kind of really explain sort of what terms like cloud and serverless mean in a very simplified way for people who are not necessarily in the cloud space or the serverless space, who may not be a developer, so that way they can understand sort of what these things are, or if you're a new developer. Okay, so bottom line is you just got to understand sort of the what it takes to create an application. So you're gonna need a server, a computer that's gonna basically act as you need infrastructure. So you need a server, you need an internet connection, you need software in that server that needs to be configured and secured. Then you need to actually code the application itself and then serve up that application online and hope that you don't have any security flaws inside that software in itself. So there's a lot of different pieces where you can make a mistake that can basically ruin your idea. Okay, most consumers don't understand all these different pieces. They just know that something doesn't work. So if you have a perfectly programmed application that does exactly what you want, but you have a bad ISP that's really slow, and now your application is really slow and the user experience is bad, the customer doesn't realize that's why. They're done with you. Your server's down, they're done with you. There's a security flaw and their information gets accessed on that server, they're done with you. Or if there's a problem with your app and there's security flaws in there, they're done with you. So basically this created a sort of a lot of startup costs of starting up a server, because you have to create your own infrastructure, get your own servers, and then hire people to maintain all this infrastructure. It was just very, very costly and also took a lot of time to manage it. So enter the world of sort of cloud or infrastructure as a service. So the idea behind the cloud is not that there's no computers. The idea behind serverless is that there's no servers. You're just using somebody else's computer, somebody else's server. So that way you don't have to worry about who the ISP is and downtime and this physical infrastructure of everything. Okay, you're essentially leasing somebody else's infrastructure and you're just focusing on the application itself. So of course, whoever that vendor is, they need to focus on making sure they're providing you the best infrastructure as possible, because their business is basically relying on telling you that you have like 100% uptime. Okay, so you have things like all of Amazon's web services, which also include, well, Amazon doesn't include, but Amazon, Google, Microsoft, IBM, they all provide these cloud services, which originally sort of kind of focused mainly was like cloud storage, where you're storing your stuff in the cloud, but also now with compute, where basically you're able to actually have your own separate cloud instance of your own computer that you can use as your server in the cloud. And so all sorts of other databases as a service, where basically instead of you having to install your own database on a server and maintain that database and configure it and secure it, they'll just spin you up a database using services like Mongo Atlas, or doing a Postgres server on Amazon, Microsoft, IBM, Azure, Microsoft, etc. So all these pieces that you would have to put together yourself are not just available to you, and you pay per usage, which is very cheap, because if your application doesn't really have any traffic yet, there's going to be very minimal cost instead of paying like a monthly fee. Because what happens with traditional hosts, where you pay this monthly fee for this package regardless of your traffic, or with sort of like upper limits of your traffic, you end up paying a lot more than what you're using. And the reason is because they have the server up all the time. And then this is where we start moving into the idea of like serverless functions, which are like AWS Lambda or Google Cloud Functions and whatnot. And what these do is that instead of taking your program and putting it on a virtual private server, so that little mini virtual computer in the cloud, you are just creating code that runs when someone asks for it. And then Google, Microsoft, etc. will just spin up an instance of that code temporarily. And as long as people are actually looking for this code, it'll run. But let's say this code is like not used for a while, it just go to sleep. So you're really minimizing your use of resources and minimizing your cost. It's up when people need it, and it's down when people don't. So you're not worried about, oh, I need to go take down my website because I don't want to have to spend all this cost of hosting. You'd only be paying if people are actually using the website. So this provides lower costs for deploying applications. This provides more reliability of applications of all sizes. This provides, and again, it's a great revenue source for like Amazon, Microsoft, Google, etc. So this is sort of the world of serverless. When you hear serverless, you're thinking like serverless functions. When you think cloud, it's just this whole world of sort of infrastructure as a service. So hopefully this helped you understood it a lot better. My name is Alex Merced from alexmercedcoder.com. Make sure to check out alexmercedcoder.com and sign up for my developer networking Slack community so you can meet other developers and develop your career. Thank you very much.